let me tell you something. Look it, man. I've been an Atlanta fan for 45 years.
Late night vibes, we're turning up the heat. T-Will on the mic, can't accept defeat. My ATL sports show, he's running the game. Atlanta Falcons fly high, you know the name. In the heart of the A, where the pride runs deep. From the Braves to the Falcons, he's keeping it real, no sleep. He's got the scoop, every player, every play. Bringing the thunder every single day. T-Will, shining bright on the airwaves, bringing sports tonight. Atlanta heart, with a soul so free. My ATL sports show, it's the place to be.
Welcome, ATL sports fans. Welcome, Falcon fans. And most of all, welcome, BPE Carrie. How you doing this morning, Miss Carrie?
Good morning. I'm doing good. How are you?
I am doing well. Glad to see you this morning. Glad you are here.
Yeah.
We have some folks that are already joining us in the chat. We got Jonta Rozier. Jonta says, good morning, T-Will from Northern Nevada. Good morning, Jonta. How are you? And how's the weather out there? Is it warm? I know Vegas is really hot, dry climate. So tell us how the weather is. And of course, we got our guy, Monte Carlo, in the chat. Carlo says, what's up, Falcon family? Carlo typically is riding the roads in Texas, but hey man, drop us a shout. Let us know where you are, Carlo, and wherever you guys are, Jonta, Carlo, you guys be safe this morning. So glad to hear from you on this wonderful Falcon Thursday morning. Thank God we woke up, and thank God we're Falcons fans. Miss Carrie, what is going on with you today, my friend?
No, good morning to Jonta and Monte Carlo. Appreciate you guys for joining us. Yeah, I'm happy to be here and talk Falcons. And man, I am really excited because we are officially 1 week away from real football. Games
Wait,
that matter. Thursday night
wait a minute.
football.
Wait a minute, Carrie. I don't mean to cut you
Yes.
off.
Okay.
Mr. Jonta is 74 this morning. Mr. Jonta, happy birthday! Happy birthday!
No, I don't
74?
think I don't think 74 as an age.
Oh,
I
he's
think
saying it's
whatever you
74
asked them.
degrees.
Oh my God. T-Will,
Oh my
I'm
God.
sorry, Jonta.
I'm
Please don't
such
mind
an
T-Will,
idiot.
okay?
I am such an
No,
idiot. I'm
please
sorry.
don't mind
I'm
him.
sorry. I thought he was saying
You
he's
asked what the
74
weather
this
was.
morning. I did ask him. I did. I'm
Oh,
sorry,
wow.
Jonta. I'm sorry.
Don't
Well,
age
hey,
Jonta.
what?
Jeez.
Oh, wow. I'm just going
Wow.
on with it. He's
Good morning,
74.
Jonta.
And
Don't worry,
Jonta,
I
I'm
got him in
sorry.
check, Jonta. Sorry.
It's 74 this morning. Wow. However old you are, Jonta, we're glad you're here.
Wow, T-Will.
Jonta says I'm only 35, brother.
35,
Well,
yeah.
hey, I'm glad you're 35, man. Welcome.
Thank
That's
you,
funny.
Jonta. Sorry about
Yes, thank
that.
you. And thank you, Miss Carrie, for catching that because I was about to go on a roll. 74, yay. Karina says, good morning, all. Good morning,
Good
Miss
morning,
Karina.
Karina.
Hey, Miss Karina is up for Falcon Fan of the Year. If you get a chance, please vote for her. Let me tell you something about Karina. Two things. Three things. Number one, she's dedicated. And when I say dedicated, she is dedicated. Number two, she is kind, one of the sweetest people you will ever meet. I can attest to that personally. And last but not least, she is ATL up and down. She goes to every ATL sporting event. She is at all of them, and she is well deserving of the Falcon Fan of the Year. So, Miss Karina, if you could drop whatever you need to drop in the chat so that we can all vote for you, that would be great. We got Miss Lisa Shepherd in the building this morning. Good morning, Miss Lisa Shepherd. How are you? Checking in. Hey, y'all. Monte Carlo says, I'm in Dallas getting ready to roll. I heard that, Carlo. Hey, man, be safe out there, brother. Miss Carrie, let's talk about these beloved Atlanta Falcons. So we've had time to digest the cut downs and, all sorts of stuff. I believe that we sign another offensive tackle yesterday. I believe we did.
We did. And real quick, I just want to say good morning to Karina as well as Miss Lisa. Thanks for checking in, guys. And yes, vote for Karina. She is a diehard Falcons fan, so she would definitely be deserving of the honor.
Most definitely.
Um, but yes, T Will, we did. We signed two. We signed Warren to the practice squad, who comes from the Jets.
Okay.
Carter Warren. He was a former fourth round pick in 2023. And then we also signed Hayes. I forgot his first name, so please be patient with me. I don't know if you have it up, but
It's okay.
he was also an offensive tackle.
All right.
We had already signed
So,
Jarrell from Seattle Seahawks.
yep. 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 Yep.
So I do want to say while you're pulling that up, I'll say that we have signed 14 players to our practice squad as of yesterday. There are still technically 3 spots left, but 2 of those will be for the offensive tackles that we signed. So then that leaves 1 spot open, 1 spot remaining on our practice squad. So we do still have a spot for 1 more player. As you guys probably know, there's usually 16 players on the practice squad, but we will have 17 just because Lenny Craig does not count. You get an extra spot for international players, the IPP program. So that's cool. But yeah.
Good deal. So it says we traded for Michael Jarrell,
Right.
acquired for a 2027
Conditional 7th.
conditional 7th round pick. Carter Warren was signed to the practice squad, former Jets 4th round. Ryan Hayes was signed to the practice squad, former Dolphins 7th round.
Ryan. Couldn't remember
Uh,
his first name. My
and
bad.
Killian Ziner was signed to a reserve futures contract, but that was signed on February 12th, 2025. We got Christy Lewis in the building this
Okay.
morning. Miss Christy from Mississippi. How you doing, Miss Christy? M-I, cricket letter I, cricket letter I, humpback I. Our Falcon fans on the scene in Mississippi. How are you, Miss Christy?
Um,
I hope you are doing well. Go
Christy.
ahead, Miss Carrie.
Um, No, I was just gonna say I do have a mutual friend on Twitter. His name's Antoine Staley. He's a Jets beat writer and columnist for the New York Daily News. Covers, all things New York Jets. So I did reach out to him to ask him, you know, information on Carter Warren, who we
Okay.
signed to our practice squad yesterday.
Okay.
Since we have since lost and Storm Norton, so we're trying to add players for that right tackle spot. So I asked him, does he have any feedback on him? And he says, yes, happy to answer any questions that anyone has about him. But he said he did struggle with pass protection at times, but he
Yeah.
has experience both left tackle and at right tackle. So that's good. Swing
Yeah.
tackle for us. He said he was low on the depth chart, which is why the Jets tried to trade for him before he ended up, being released. And that's when we picked him up for practice squad. So just wanted to throw that out there as well.
So one thing, and I'm glad you mentioned that. And by the way, we got Berto in the building. Berto says, "Good morning, T. Will and Carrie.
Hi,
I
Berto.
appreciate what you guys do on a daily basis for the Falcons." And Berto, we appreciate you, brother. How are you? Hope all is well. Hey man,
Yes, thank you.
Berto is one of my big brothers in this game. So, and it's funny. Like Berto is the king of tactfulness, right? So if Jack calls me, Jack's gonna be like, "Hey T Will, what the hell is up with so and so, so and so?" So Berto reached out the other day. He was like, "Hey man, um, I want to talk to you about something, right?" And I'm like, "What, Berto?" He was like, "So yeah, let's talk about your thumbnails." Which meant it was something wrong with one of them, right? But it's just the way he did it. It was so tactful. So you can't help but love Berto. Hey man, I love you, Berto, and hopefully all is well out there in Rhode Island. Uh,
Yes.
but yeah,
I
just
echo that sentiment.
yes, just a
Yeah, Berto is a really
a
good
big brother.
person. Honestly,
Yes,
guys, if you're
yes,
not subscribed to his channel, please go subscribe.
yes.
Um, He's a great person and puts out great content on Bleacher Report as well as YouTube. All things Falcons, diehard fan, biggest fan in the Northeast of the Falcons. And yeah, he did do a show, breaking down the Falcons roster last night with Bro Talk. If you guys get a chance to go watch that, I unfortunately didn't get to watch it live, but I did watch part of it this morning. So shout out to Birdo and Bro Talk as well.
Definitely. Shout out to Berto and Bro Talk. But Berto is definitely a big brother of mine. Love you, bro. We got Mactown Dirty in here. What's up, people? Christy Lewis says, I feel better about the roster since many of the cut players I feel confident about rotating on the team when needed are on the practice squad. Grand rising from my guy, Nando, T. Will and Carrie. Berto says, Carlos says, shout out to Berto for holding it down on the NFC roundtable. That is a good point. They was really trying to hate.
Oh,
Berto says, it's all good. Just chilly at the moment. Karina says, NFL fan of the year information we need to know. Her team only Falcons jersey XLDOB
okay.
9980. All the information is there, but please, guys, if you
To
get a
vote.
chance, please, 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 please. If ever there was a person that was deserving of fan of the year, it is Miss Karina Atkins. So please let us support her and do our part.
Yes.
95 North Carlo, 10 toes down, bruh, at 82 Monte
Yes.
Carlo. Karina says, I think this will be our season. So, Carrie, what I wanted to talk about this morning, one of the many things I wanted to talk about was I'm noticing a pattern. So, with all of the
Okay.
tackles that the Falcons signed, they were much better run blockers than they were pass blockers. And I think this is by design because I think one of Ledford, who is our offensive line coach, obviously one of his strong attributes is he has to be able to coach people up in pass blocking. Like in all three of the scenarios, the guy that we traded for was Seattle. Run blocking was decent, pass blocking not so much. This guy Carter Warren, run blocking decent, pass blocking not so much. Ryan Hayes, I am assuming will be the same thing, but let's take a look at it. And I think what that says to me is that if you've got you need to come with the run blocking ability. We can teach you
Right.
the pass block. We can teach you how to
Well,
do that. Go ahead. I'm
to your
sorry.
point, T Will, no, it's okay. To your point, I agree with you, and I think that is definitely by design. And the reason being is because, as most of us probably already know, Caleb McGarry is a very good run blocker.
Yep.
And I know, sometimes he gets a lot of hate, and maybe fans just because give him some hate because he's maybe, you argue that he might be the weak link on the offensive line with Bergeron, yes, being the youngest, but he's really held his own the last 2 years. I think he's going to have an even better year this year. But I personally think Caleb McGarry is solid, honestly. I think he doesn't deserve the hate. I think he's very good at run blocking. Yes, he might not be the best at pass blocking, but he's very good at run blocking. I think last season, obviously, we have arguably one of the best top three, not three, running backs in the league, and
Yeah.
probably arguably one of the best, if not the best, running back duo. So, this offense, yes, we have Penix now, but I think the focus is also going to be running the ball. And to that point, I think last season, I think you mentioned this on our last show that we loved running the ball to the right side. And I
Yeah.
did look that up, and we ran the ball, we averaged 5.7 yards per carry running behind Caleb McGarry. So I mean, that's very good, very efficient, averaging almost 6 yards per carry on that right side. So for me, the reason why they're trying to look at guys that are very good, well, not very good, better at run blocking than pass blocking is because they're trying to essentially replace McGarry's production and what
Right.
he was good at so that
Right.
we don't, take a hit to our run game. Like I mentioned, I believe like 2 shows ago that I am worried about run game. Even though we have a amazing running back duo is like, I think losing McGarry could have it take a hit a little bit. So, yeah, I think that is definitely by design to your point.
And Carrie, that's a good point, right? Because our offense is probably designed for McGary's strengths, which is the run game. So if you now have to bring somebody in here, and let's say that their strengths are polar opposite, you probably have to modify your offense. Now, again, if you could find a tackle that was great at pass blocking and run blocking, hell, I'm sure they'd take that, but that guy's probably not available. You know what I mean? Because why would he be, right? If he's great at everything, who's going to let him go? So,
Right.
understood that. Love all your points. That makes sense. Karina says, I think this will be our season. 95 North says, all love as well, Terry. Mactown Dirty says, no dice on Barrow. Yeah, man. Unfortunately, we
Oh,
weren't able to do it. Not that I've heard of. Have you heard anything different, Miss Carrie?
no, so I was really rooting for him to make the roster, but if not make the roster, make the practice squad.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, I checked yesterday that he did not make the practice squad, but like I mentioned earlier, there is still one spot left. I'm holding out hope that that spot could be his, but I'm not sure that it is because then why not add him?
yeah,
I don't know. This is just me kind of overthinking it. I'm thinking maybe it have to do with maybe placing a player on IR and maybe like for example, I don't know what's the status on gosh, Clark Phillips III. I don't know what's his status. If he's ready, I know he hadn't been
yeah,
practicing.
yeah.
I'm curious to see if he might hit IR. I definitely don't want it to be Mooney. So I don't know. I just maybe we're leaving it open for another battle. Who knows?
Yeah.
But unfortunately, nothing on Barrow. I really like him. Um, yeah, I was really hoping yesterday on Twitter. I was putting that out there a lot, hoping, especially after I saw he cleared waivers, no one picked him up. Yeah, he would make the squad, but unfortunately not.
Yeah, yeah. That very much that is unfortunate. But hey, I don't think anybody else has picked him up, right? So maybe that's a good sign, and maybe we still will be available to. I know everybody's bummed that because the kid really worked hard. He really worked hard. I thought he was deserving of it. I definitely thought that Chris Blair was deserving of it, but I'm not gonna, belabor the point. It is what it is. We are where we are now. So it is all good. Wanted to do a quick Falcons quiz if we could.
Mhm.
Um, so first question. Big moments in Falcons history. Who scored the only touchdown for the Falcons in Super Bowl 33? Who scored the only touchdown for the Falcons in Super Bowl 33? This is for you old heads out there. This was 98. This is 98 against the Broncos. Who
I'm
scored?
gonna need some help out there, guys.
Who
Not gonna lie,
scored?
it's not before my time, but
Uh-huh.
before my time.
Uh-huh. And actually that's kind of a trick question because I think who scored the only touchdown for the offense?
Okay.
Who scored the only touchdown for the
And
offense?
sorry, do you want to know like, are you asking, was it a receiving, like who threw the touchdown, the receiving touchdown or rushing, like running back or?
Oh, you're trying to give it away. Okay.
Well, I mean, I
Uh
guess you say who scored the touchdown, I guess that means the receiver, right? You don't want to know who the quarterback was that threw the pass, I guess is my
we know
question.
who
You
the
just want to know who
quarterback
caught
was.
the pass.
No,
Okay.
yeah, okay. It's the receiver. It's the receiver. And
Okay,
Jota Rose
okay.
here. Jota, that's a good guess, but no. Um, think receiver for the Falcons. Think receiver for the Falcons. Think receiver for the Falcons. Because it was just Falcons only scored 2 touchdowns. So think receiver. As a matter of fact, as a bonus, yes, Jonathan, correct. It was Terrence Mathis. It was a 3-yard pass from Chris Chandler. Now, there was another
Love
touchdown
it.
that was not scored by the offense. Okay, it was not scored by the offense. Who can guess that? Because if you can guess that, man, hey, you are really a fan from back in the day. If you can guess that one, it was not scored by the offense. That's all I'm gonna give you. And hey, you guys can take your time with that one. There's no rush on it. But who scored the other touchdown? Because I believe the final score was like 31 to 19, 34 to 34 to 19. Um, but the Falcons did score another touchdown. It was not on offense. Okay. And here's a hint. The scorer of that touchdown ties into how we drafted Michael Vick. So for you old heads,
Wow.
you should get that
Okay.
right there. The person who scored that touchdown ties in to how we acquired Michael Vick. So that'll come up later. Yes, very good.
Okay.
NW, the franchise player. It was Tim Dwight.
Tim
It was Tim
Dwight.
Dwight. So
Nice.
Tim
Shout out to
Dwight
you.
was a wide receiver. He was fast as all get out, and he ran a touchdown back in the Super Bowl to score our only other touchdown. So very good, NW, the franchise player. And how he ties into Michael Vick is we traded him to San Diego, I believe, along with another pick or whatever to get the #1 pick that year. And that is how we drafted Mr. Michael Vick. So there you go. Little bit of history, little bit of trivia for you. Miss Carrie, let's get into this show. So Michael Penix and Kirk Cousins, the 2 quarterback setup. Miss Carrie, baby, is BPE poised to take the Falcons on a deep playoff run? How do you feel about it? Are you confident? Is he our guy? Have we found our quarterback, Miss Carrie? Give me your thoughts.
Okay, well, as my name says, BP Carey, I'm like Michael Penix Jr.'s biggest fan. Um, so of course I think he's gonna do great, but excuse me. I definitely excuse me 1 second.
It's okay. It's okay. While she does that, hey,
Sorry
what do
about
you
that.
guys think? Oh, you okay? Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry about that. My voice was like cracking or something.
It's okay.
But yeah, I definitely am rooting for Michael Penix. I'm a huge fan of his. I'm tired of being in quarterback purgatory. I'm ready for us to have our next franchise quarterback after Matt Ryan. Um, I understand though the media like thinking we're more a question mark. I do get that. As a fan, obviously, I believe like he's our guy, and what I've seen from him, I definitely believe he's going to be great. Just in that sample size of the 3 games, um, he had very little. He was basically thrown into it, right? The starting
Right.
role with little to no practice with the starters, so he didn't really have that chemistry yet, like he's, gotten this off season with our receiving core. So I definitely think he's gonna be awesome. I think he's gonna have a great year. I do believe that. But I do understand like media being like, well, he's still a question mark. He's essentially a rookie, which I totally get that. And I think Falcons fans should also be like forgiving with any mistakes he may make this season because he is essentially a rookie. He's going into technically his 4th start week 1. Okay, so he's not a veteran player, he's bound to make some mistakes here and there. But I'm gonna support him no matter what. But yeah, I think he's gonna have a great year. I do worry about the right tackle situation. I'm not gonna lie, like that is still a
Yeah.
concern for me.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's his blind side, and I felt pretty good about McGinn being the starter there, and then even having a backup like Storm Norton, I feel like that would he filled in well for McGarry last season. So not having both of them, that is a concern for me. I'm not gonna lie. Um, but I still am very positive, and I still think Penix will have a great year and surprise people. What about you? What are your thoughts on that?
I think, as Nando said, Penix is our next QB for the Falcons. I think Penix is our guy. I think he will be here for a while. I think Penix is a dynamic quarterback, and I'm going to go on record as saying I think he can be a once in a generation quarterback. Look at arms like that don't grow on trees. And it's not only his arm carry, it's the decisions that he makes, right? So what you're hearing coming out of Falcons camp now is they will throw coverages at him and he will make the right read and they will ask him how he saw stuff and he will explain it. And at his age, he's a little wise for where he is in regards to his quarterback career. So I think Penix has the ability to be dynamic. I do have one tiny concern, just one tiny concern, and it's not even on the field
What's your
stuff.
concern?
It's the chip on his shoulder, right? So for those of you, I don't know if you guys have seen it or not, but there's a video of him leaving. I think the game in where did we play in Dallas? And this guy says Michael
Dallas.
Penix. He says Penix, but it sounds like the other word. And Michael said, Michael,
No, he
check it
said
real
that
quick.
word.
Okay, and he could have, but Michael said, "What you say?"
Yeah, he did.
He said, I mean, he checked him so quick, right? And my concern is, Carrie, if people see that, they're going to, if people see that rattles you, they're going to do that, right? They're going to, and look, we are all human. We're grown men off the field. Respect is due, and you owe him the respect of pronouncing his name correctly. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is, if you got some idiots out here that if they see that bothers you, they're going to continue to do it. So, other than that, I feel great about
That's a
Michael
good
Penix.
point, T. Will.
Yeah, I feel
Okay.
great about Michael Penix.
T. Real
I
quick about that. About
Yep.
sorry.
No, go
To
ahead. Go
your
ahead.
point real quick about calling him out of name. I know, like that kind of school he got into during one practice, the same thing kind of happened where a called out his name, not necessarily calling him, the word that that fan did, but um they called him, I don't know, he didn't say it, as far as I know, the name that the guy called him, but he said he called him out of his name. So that could
Yeah,
mean like he called him a B word or you don't really
yeah,
know.
yeah.
He essentially called him out of his name, didn't like that. And I got nervous and got into a scuffle. So I totally got that concern. And I feel like that kind of goes also back to the whole rookie situation. It's like this is all new to him being a pro, in this league. So
It is. It is. We got some folks in the chat. So Nando says, I'm with you, Carrie.
I know, I'm
I'm
sorry.
just in
It's
deep
so sweet what you're
meditation
laughing
for a
at.
right tackle situation. I hope this situation doesn't hurt us until
Too,
next
no,
season with the prayer hands. Nando, we're all praying, brother.
I'm
Of
with
course,
you.
we got my guy Chris. A1 from day one. What up, y'all? And
Hey,
guys,
Chris.
we got the man, the myth, the legend, my mentor, Mr. Jack Spade up in this place. And Jack Spade is saying respectfully, I wouldn't consider that a check. Ron Artest check. Jack Spade being Jack Spade. Carrie, you back? Carrie? Ah, shoot. Carrie, you there? Carrie, if you can hear me, I can't hear you. Uh Carrie, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry about that.
All
Jimmy
good.
Lee
All good.
cut me.
Carrie, you there?
Yeah, I'm
You're going.
here. Sorry about that. Jimmy Lake cut me off the stream.
Y'all, Jimmy Lake is tripping this morning. Oh, Jimmy Lake, let Carrie go. Jesus, that was last year. Let it go. Let it go. Let's see. Ron Artest checked the fan who threw the drink. Penix just gave him a cold stare. A1 says, what up, y'all? Jack Spade says, where I'm from, if I check on you, you get slapped on some G stuff. Well, okay, we got Gangster Jack in the building this morning. All right. Okay. Well, I hope you don't have to check me, Jack. Jeez. William Amy says, what's good? William Amy says, laugh out loud. Hey man, welcome. Welcome to the show, everybody. All right, so hey guys, let me chat. Let me throw this up. On a scale of 1 to 10, how worried are you guys about the McGarry situation? On a scale of 1 to 10, how worried are you guys about the McGarry situation? I'm not gonna lie, Miss Carrie, I am concerned. I don't know that I'm worried yet because it seems to me, looking at the guys that we signed, that the Falcons have a plan, and that is as long as you can run block, we can work out the pass blocking, which I would imagine they're gonna check probably, chip, throw some tight ends over on the right side, have the tailbacks coming out of the background, chip, have some waggles, some quick passes. I think there's some things that you can do to scheme around that is what I'm saying. Nando says he's on a 9 on the Wario meter. Oh Lord, William Amy is at a 10 on the Wario meter. Oh wow. Miss Carrie, where are you on the Wario meter about Mr. Caleb McGarry? Miss Carrie, you there? I think Miss Carrie's having some audio issues this morning. Miss Carrie, you there? All right, we'll get back to her. Well, guys, you know what? I would put my concern at about a 7. So I'm not ready to hit the panic button, but I'd put it at about a 7. Jack Spade, stop messing with William Amy. Okay, stop it right now, Jack Spade. Unnecessary. We're blowing the whistle on Jack Spade. Unnecessary teasing. Ask William Amy who's starting at safety. Stop it, Jack, right now. Stop it. Putting you in timeout, Jack. No, 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 no. You're not gonna mess with William Amy. He's a guest of our show, sir. You're not gonna do that. Besides, we know who William Amy loves as far as safety is concerned. We know who William Amy loves. Okay, we all know. It is Hitman Helms. That's his guy. Mactown Dirty says, which skilled players Tampa Bay will be missing for the game? All right,
Can
Miss
you hear
Carrie, you
me?
there? Yes, I can hear
I'm
you.
so sorry, guys. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's Jimmy Lake or a hating Saints fan. I'm really not sure, but I apologize for that.
It's okay, Carrie. We still love you. It's all good.
You
And
said
darn
you're
it,
7?
yeah, I'm at a 7.
Out of 7. I mean, that's still pretty. You said that's not a panic. That's not a panic, but that's still pretty
I mean,
concerning.
I'm
7 out of
concerned.
10. Yeah.
I'm concerned. I mean, number one, fear of the unknown, right? We don't know. We don't know what it's going to be like. I am concerned. I try to.
Well, to
Where
your
are you? Where are
I'm
you?
not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably an 8. Like, I'm pretty worried. I'm not gonna lie, and only because if Storm Norton was healthy, I feel like I'd feel pretty good. I'd be like a 5 or under, but because he's shown that he could fill in, temporarily for McGarry and hold his own, but I think, stop it, Jack.
Jack is on
Oh,
one this morning. Jack is on
wow.
one this morning.
Who put Tito's in his coffee this
He
morning? Oh,
definitely
wow.
has some Tito's in his
But
coffee. Oh my goodness,
no,
Jack is
so
on one this morning.
because we're as of now, we're depending upon Elijah Wilkinson, who is a better guard than a tackle, who was also, mind you, playing in the preseason, which, mind you, our head coach Raheem doesn't like to play starters in the preseason. So, and I noticed some players that once he saw them the first game, okay, I like what I see. He pulled them the rest of the game. Somebody like Casey Washington didn't play
Yeah,
anymore. So
yeah,
to me, if you're playing in the preseason, he wants to see, hey, are you even making this roster? Are you making the practice squad? You know what I mean? So to
right.
me, Elijah Wilkinson was playing a lot. And I don't know, like I remember, I believe it was the second game he had, like, 2 first half penalties, and I'm like, "Man, this guy's a 9-year veteran, like, can't be having that." Hopefully he cleans it up. Obviously, I'm rooting for him to do well and whoever plays right tackle for us to do well, because that means the Falcons win, but it is definitely a concern. I think it's a valid one to have because you essentially went from a starting right tackle to a practice squad guy.
Yeah,
uh, you're depending on a third stringer to be your starter, So it is definitely a valid concern, especially in Penix's first full season, in my opinion. So I am worried. And the only thing I will say, though, that I feel better about now is that when the schedule first dropped for our Falcons, I was like, I hate this. We have a week 5 bye week. Like, that's way too early. That's doing our guys no favors. You usually like to have a midseason bye once they are getting, a little beat up here and there, need a little bit of a break in the middle of the season before that second half. I was like, week 5, that's way too early. But now I'm like, that's actually great because maybe Storm Norton will be back the week after, honestly, because he's out 6 to 8 weeks, and it's already been a little over a week, I believe. So, if my math is mathing correctly, he could be back right after that bye week. So that means we really only have to depend on a third string or practice squad player as of now for the first 4 games. So that does make me feel better as well.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good point. I mean, well, look, hopefully we can do that. Hopefully, it'll be okay, and hopefully we'll get through it. But there is an element of the unknown, and you just don't know. Miss Carrie, I'm going to ask you this question, and I'm asking BPE Carrie. I'm not asking 21 Carrie. Okay, I'm asking B because I
Okay.
know it's going to be hard for you to hold her back. I know it is. Is Kirk is Kirk the best backup in the league? Whew, I said it. Let
If
me cover
healthy,
up.
yes. If he's healthy, yes, he
Okay.
is.
All right. Fair enough. You took that a lot better than I thought you would. Okay.
I'm
William
not
Amy,
mad at Kirk right now anymore, honestly.
that's a good
The
thing.
new season is here. As long as nobody's bringing up what happened last season, I'm okay. So I'm
That,
over it. I've turned a new leaf, honestly.
that's a
Uh,
good thing.
I
That is, go ahead.
Mactown Dirty asked the question, which skilled players Tampa Bay will be missing for the game. I wanted to answer his question,
I
if
dropped
that's
it.
okay.
I
Oh,
dropped. No,
okay.
go ahead.
So
Go ahead. Go ahead.
so as of now, Tristan Wirfs as well as um Chris Godwin, offensive tackle and wide receiver too, were both cleared yesterday. They both passed their physicals, which means technically they can play.
Right.
But from what I'm reading from, I have a lot of Bucks fans in my family and, I follow some of their media. They're even though they're cleared to practice and play, both of them as of now are not looking to be starting week 1. So they'll be down their starting offensive tackle. They'll be down wide receiver 2. And then they're also out Jalen McMillan as well. I don't know if you saw that, but he had a neck injury, so he's out,
Yeah, I got it up.
definitely.
I got it
And
up on
then
the screen now. I got all their
yes.
guys
Okay.
on the screen
And
now.
and then
And
the
Carrie,
last one,
go
sorry,
ahead.
go
I'm
ahead.
sorry.
The
Go ahead.
last player yesterday was new news is their tight end Kate Otten. He went
Oh
down
wow,
yesterday.
I did
Yes,
not know that. Okay.
yes, that's news as of yesterday in practice. He has a hamstring injury and now he's questionable for week 1. So as of now, they're going to be down 4 starters week 1 when they come to Atlanta to the Mercedes-Benz Stadium to try to get their revenge on being swept last season, which I feel like that game is huge. As of now, from what we know, Mooney should be hopefully good to go week 1. So it looks like we would only be down 1 starter versus their 4. So to me, there's no excuses not to win at home, set the tone for the season, and get that win. Because you don't want to be 1 game under, especially if we have to go head to head for the division against the reigning champions of the division. So, what are your thoughts, Tiwa?
Hey man, I agree. But first, before we get into it, we got that man, that dude, that guy, Mr. Jack
Mhm.
Spade, in the building from One Time for the Fan, my personal mentor in this game. Jack, how you doing, man? All well?
Yeah, what's going on, everybody? Good morning. Good morning. Kerry, what's up?
Karen says she gonna put you in the headlock. You keep misbehaving.
Right.
I got
Just
the
joking.
juice. I got the juice now.
Oh, wow. Maybe it was him messing with my audio.
Maybe it is Jack Spade messing with your mic this morning. You never know.
I
You
spent so much
never know.
time, I spent so much time being the host. It feels good to be a co-host for one time. I can sit
Yeah,
back
I
and listen to everybody.
yeah, because I'm just thinking about this. I noticed I was having no problems with my audio until he joined the chat.
Oh
Now that I think
wow.
about
Sheesh.
it.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
Well, I heard you say Jimmy Lake. Did you mention Desmond Ritter as well? Or
Oh wow.
Oh,
Oh
wow.
wow.
I wish him
Okay.
well, whatever he
Hey,
does, but
Tiki,
he
Tiki, if you're out
unfortunately was
there,
cut.
It's okay.
Apologies. My DoorDash just arrived. Apologies.
Dang,
Oh
that's tough.
wow.
Yeah,
Stop
unfortunately for
it.
anyone that cares in the
Stop
chat, he
it.
was cut from the Cincinnati Bengals. He was competing for wide quarterback 3 spot. So unfortunately, uh he's no longer in Cincinnati. Wish him well
Wait,
though.
he got
Not my circus, not my monkeys, not my circus. I got a quarterback, so
he got
Understood.
cut less than 15. He got cut less than 15 miles from where he went to college. That's tough.
yeah, he might be
Okay,
going
guys.
back to college. He might be going back to college. I don't know.
We're not gonna pile on Desmond, man. Let's keep it
I
I
going.
said
mean, we ain't
I
gonna
wish
pile
him
on Desmond,
well,
but since you're in the Cincinnati
wow.
area, DoorDash got a couple deliveries for you.
Stop it.
Jack
Stop
is
it.
on a heater this morning. Wow.
Unnecessary roughness on Jack. Hey,
Matter of fact, I don't
so
even know if he can get the DoorDash
oh
account
my
unlocked.
God,
He's probably got to
stop
go to Uber
it.
Eats, Postmates.
Stop it. Stop it. Hey,
With
let's
these
talk
young
about
kids.
these. Let's talk about these running backs, wide receivers, and tight ends. So, guys, Bijan Robinson, Tyler Algier, Nathan Carter all have different strengths. They all bring different traits to the running game. Obviously, Bijan is a star. Tyler is a star. Nathan is an up and comer. Jack and or Carrie, do you guys think we have a top 5 running back room in the NFL? And Carrie, as you are the lady, please go first. What do you think? What are your thoughts?
Yes, I 100% can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure. I 100% think we have a top 5 running back duo in this league. If you don't count like a quarterback as a running back, I don't know if you do, like as far as like the Eagles with Jalen Hurts or Lamar Jackson with the Ravens. I know if you combine their rushing yards, or even Josh Allen, if you combine the rushing yards with the quarterback as well as their running back number one, then they're right up there with our running back duo. But if you just go straight up running back duos, we're right there with the Lions. I mean, to me, yeah, we got a great running back duo. For me, I want to see them used more.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
like I've said in previous shows recently, this season is going to come down to coaching, whether that be um, Raheem, but also Zach Robinson. To your point earlier about like adjusting with losing McGarry, I also think it's the same thing as far as like we need to get better in the red zone. Our red zone efficiency was not good last season, so I would like
Yeah.
to see him, use Kyle as well as Drake in the end zone more with their size, creates mismatches. But I also want to see, as far as the running backs go, I want to see two backs on the field at once. Like I feel like we
Yeah.
rarely see, that at all. With his play calling as well as like. I feel like we didn't really see Algier used much at all either. So I feel like Algier would be great to use to tire, the defenses out because he's just, as his nickname says, a bowling ball. He can just maul through you. So that's my thoughts. What about you, Jack?
Jack Spade, what you got, man? One time for the fan. What's up? Top 5 running back room. Give us your thoughts.
I don't want to be rude, but we got a top 5 running back. His name is Bijan Robinson. Outside of that, we know what Tyler Algier is capable of, but if Zach Robinson don't use him, then we don't have a top 5 running back room. That's the sad part. Falcon fans know what Tyler Algier is capable of. We saw the first season. Now, if you combine that, skills and abilities, traits-wise, of who these two young men are, they are very good playing that position. And I do think, personally as a Falcon fan, that if Zach Robinson uses them correctly, we do have a top 5, top 10 running back room. Haven't even really got to Nathan Carter yet because, it was preseason and we get a chance to really see him. He might be used in a Tevin Coleman type role. He might be used in a Antoine Smith type role. But I do think with Bijan Robinson, just on your team alone, gives you the top 5 presence. And, of course, people can't sleep on Tyler Algier. So the only reason why I say that for this moment right now, to the NFL, they know we got a 2-headed monster back there. They know what Tyler is capable of, but they also know what we know. And Zach Robinson did not use Tyler Algier as much as he was supposed to last year. I mean, our hashtag on One Time for the Fan was #Feed Tyler.
Yeah.
And it's disappointing because Arthur Smith did bring this guy in, and when I saw Tyler get drafted and he got 1,000 yards, and then they drafted Bijan, it was like, whoa, what's going on here? And then you saw the quarterback thing with Kirk Cousins and Michael Penix. It's like, whoa, what's going on here? But at the end of the day, they have a strong two-headed monster with these two guys. But you don't hashtag feed Tyler this year. You're going to be hashtag seeding Tyler out the door. So it's going to be, it's sad to see it. But most two-headed monsters don't work for a long time in this NFL. I mean, they're there for a couple years, but a lot of two-headed monsters go on their way. That other running back wants to be a premier back. Tyler's less than 26 years old. Some team is going to pay him big top dollar to come over there and get the carries that he was supposed to get, and they can split, I think, professionally with Zach Robinson as the offensive coordinator, with snap and the snap counts. But we saw last year that there was a couple games we were questioning, where is Tyler? Why is he not playing? Why is he not in? Or even if he was playing, why is he not even getting snaps? So if it was like 3 snaps or 2 snaps here, they just didn't use Tyler the way they're supposed to. As a Falcon fan, yes, I think with just the 2 running backs alone, not even counting Nathan Carter, but as the 2 running backs alone, we do have a dynamic duo in that running back room. But number 1 for Bijan Robinson, he's up there. He's top 5 automatically. So because of Bijan Robinson, you already get the pass. Versus other teams like the Jets, other teams like the Lions, other teams like even the Colts. I mean, some will say Jonathan Taylor fell off a little bit. Other teams like the Dolphins, they don't have that Bijan Robinson, and even for Philly has that Saquon. Some of these running backs are very valuable to these teams going forward. You know what I'm saying? And Bijan Robinson, he's top 2, top 3, if not in the NFL at running back. And we've seen what he's done. We know what he can do. And Bijan alone gives you the top 5 presence. But Zach Robinson has to use Tyler Algier more. And you put a 3rd running back on the roster. You didn't even use Tyler that much last year. And you just added a 3rd running back to the depth chart. I hope Zach Robinson, come on now, Zach. This is your time. You know what I'm saying? You got to take that load off of Michael Penix. We already know that. Carrie mentioned it earlier. 5.7 yards, I think it was, running to that right side. I mean, Bijan can get you from 1st down to 2nd and 4. And Tyler can get you 3 or 4 easy. You should be able to move the chains with just 2 running backs. I got Nathan Carter in the mix now. You know what I'm saying? Where he's going to be. Is he going to be in special teams unit? Is he going to be there because they're going to have some packages for him? But everything's all part of the philosophy of what Zach Robinson and Raheem Morris got going on. They got 4 tight ends. They got 3 running backs. I think it was 7 wide receivers? 6 wide receivers? There's that offense, something's going on there where they're going to be doing some. And what's funny? It reminds me of the 2016 Falcons. They were throwing players in and out. Even I scored that year. Go back and look at the stats. I scored 2 times.
Stop it.
I scored 2 times on the Saints. You can go back and check that one out. But something about this offense is going to show me that they're going to be getting some crazy yards this year. I'm talking about Penix is going to be going off. Hell, even Felipe Franks might even score. Even damn Quentin Tarantino, QT, he might even score. Because then that 2016 team, that's how it was. People were getting the ball because of Kyle Shanahan's offense. I think Zach Robinson. Hashtag feed Tyler. Hashtag feed Tyler. I'm good.
Gotcha. All right. Well, hey, thank you, Jack. Appreciate that, brother.
I love it.
I definitely think we have a top 5 running back room in the NFL, and I agree with Jack. You there? I think Jack.
I think we have top 2, honestly.
Yeah, I
do.
If you don't count quarterbacks, if you don't count like Lamar Jackson's rushing yards,
I agree.
Hurts, then if it's just strictly running back rooms, it's us and the Lions straight out.
Yeah,
like Jack said, it all depends. That's why I've been saying like every show, this season is all depending, in my opinion, on coaching. We need to see Zach Robinson take a leap from year 1 as a play caller in this offense. A big leap from year 1 to year 2. Need to see some growth. I'm hoping it's just not all shotgun again, pistol. I'm hoping we see more under center and some play action as well.
So even with the 7 receivers and the 4 running backs and the 4 tight ends and stuff, I mean, I'm guessing Felipe Franks and QT is going to be in there to do some heavy blocking to help out on that offensive line, because that would be good. You got Charlie Warner, Pitts is down there running routes, but you're going to need somebody probably on some schemes and some plays to assist with some additional blocking. So that's cool that they went with that route. But the way I'm looking at this team with Zach Robinson, they're going to be moving these chains, man. I mean, they got a dynamic offense.
Yeah.
We saw some of the plays from practice where they were feeding Pitts early back during training camp. I expect, Pitts to be one of the first catches against the Bucks coming
I
up week
think,
one in the first series. He should at least catch the ball at least 2 or 3 times going down the field to show the fans,
and
like, holy smokes,
yeah.
Kyle Pitts is back.
And
You
to your
know,
point, Jack, like I think if Mooney is truly misses time, like I don't know, on the show the other night when I was with Chris A1 Forever Sports and Smitty, I think it was Smitty who mentioned he thinks maybe Mooney might miss a week or two. So if that ends up happening, I think Kyle Pitts should be the second read, honestly. Like
well, remember what Bodie
he's
said, Kyle Pitts is your second receiver. I don't care who on the field.
yeah, and he
Kyle
should
Pitts is
be.
the number two. And even looking at this team, if Mooney's not ready to go, or if he's ready to go, I think this team's still going to beat the Bucks. They have way more than a dynamic offense than what we saw last year. I think even with the addition of some of these guys, even with Jamal Agnew, what he can do in special teams. Hopefully, he's on that field week one because you'll be surprised to see Agnew on a punt return or a kick return take that shit right back to the house. Like Jamal Agnew.
Wow.
Jamal Agnew is explosive in special teams. But it's for the Mooney situation. At least we get to find out something going forward. Like they're not going to hold information from us Monday, Tuesday when it's 10 days before the game. They have to release some type of information about Mooney. There's going to be something probably put
Do
out.
they really? Or you think like
I mean, what are you,
is there a rule or you just think you're guessing?
well,
I'm
if
just
they have
asking.
practice, and the
Yeah.
journalists are out there, and the journalists,
Yeah.
are
Okay.
writing about the Falcons, and they say they don't see Darnell Mooney on Tuesday. Well, we need to know what's going
Okay.
on. Yeah, we
Right.
as
Okay.
fans need to know what's going on because I need to know about how my chances are. Placing these bets on
Trying to
Sunday.
put them bets in? Oh, okay.
Hey, speaking of fans, guys, we got to
Oh.
get to some housekeeping. So we've got Raymond Collins. He says, "Good morning, T. Will and Carrie Jack. There's always a concern, but I think it'll work out. Confident in our staff." Nando says, "Our running back room is top 4, barring injury." William Amy says, "I agree. Tyler needs more snaps." Nando says, "I totally agree with Jack. We have to use Algier this season, and he needs to be used properly by Zach Robinson and his play calling role." Nando says Bijan is Barry Sanders' clone, barring injury. Woo! Big words, big words, big words.
Okay, let me
William
get
Amy
this.
says Zach Robinson and play calling need to be better in scheme.
Yes, I agree.
Fair.
Hey,
That's
look.
fair.
I
Nando
agree.
says for Zach Robinson, he'd better have more 2-back sets with Algier in the game.
I
And
agree.
I think we got Miss
Yeah, Mama Malone. What's up,
Mama
Mama?
Malone. We got Mama Malone in the building. She says, "Good
I'm
morning, Jack."
Good
I'm gonna text you in a
morning.
minute. I saw y'all the other night. I'm gonna text you in a minute, Miss Jack. I'm gonna text you in a minute, Pooh.
She says, "Good morning. Good morning, Mama Malone. How are you? Hopefully all is well."
Hey,
Welcome
shout out
to the
Malone. We
show.
51. We hashtag
Yes.
51. We hashtag 51 all day. You already
That's
know.
right.
You already
Yes.
know
That's
me.
right.
Shout
That's
out
right.
to Malone. I'm really excited for the season he should have. I think he's gonna have a great season. Shout out to him.
Yep. Yep. Agreed. Agreed. And excited. Look, I'm excited for him in his new role. I think he's going to be dynamic. I really
Me
do.
too. I
Uh,
do
Hold on, I
too.
got one for you. I got one for you, Pooh. I'm gonna change the picture for you. I got one for you. You go ahead too. I'm sorry.
all right. William Amy says
Appreciate you.
coaching for real. Nando says, but Jack's point, if we don't find that 5 type right tackle, 5 tech, sorry, right tackle, then we won't be having these chunk plays in the offense. That's fair. Lisa Shepard, I love our offense when we play action. Want to see more of that this season.
Me too,
Good point.
Lisa. Honestly. At the end of the season, those last 3 games when Penix came in, I thought maybe we see it more, but I think it's we didn't. It was still the same scheme as when Kirk Cousins, I almost forgot his name. Oh wow.
Oh wow.
Sorry, I'm
Oh
so
It used to,
wow.
it used to roll
unabbreviated.
off the tongue so
When he
smoothly at one
when
Right
point.
he
now,
Now
wants
I'm
we
like,
just
Terry
I
is
really
back.
had a blank. I'm like, who's
He's
my
back.
backup quarterback?
like Jimmy Lake Lanier,
Right.
Lanier.
No, but it the play calling didn't really change once we went to Penix, and I'm just hoping that's because it was too soon, like, to change up the scheme and add more play action. We still had a ton of shotgun very little under center for Penix. I'm hoping that changes this season. I hope that was just because they didn't want to change it mid-season, so late in the season. Actually, it wasn't even mid-season. It was last 3 games. I'm hoping that's why they didn't make any change.
Yeah, guys, let
So
me
I'm with
ask
you,
you a
Lisa.
question. Well, and the one thing about it, Carrie, we kept scoring. We scored more points in those last 3 games than we had in a while. So
Something
whatever plays they were calling, they were working. And I
think
think we got
about.
better by week. So
Just
anyway,
please keep
guys,
my quarterback healthy, man.
please do. Wide receivers, let's talk about that. So we got London, Mooney, Ray. How do you guys feel about the depth? And Miss Carrie, let's start with you. How are you? I know how I feel about it.
Okay.
How do you feel about the depth? With it was a very difficult process to go through. We had to make some difficult decisions. How do you feel about the wide receiver depth on this team?
To be honest, I think, like, it's probably one of the rooms that we have the most depth at, one of the
Yeah,
position groups we have the most depth. And, to prove that point, it was like, look at what was happening when the roster was announced. You really didn't know who was gonna get that last receiver spot.
yeah.
Um, but whether it be Sills, whether it be Blair, whether it be, other fan favorite, I'm blanking, sorry,
Drummond,
the well, Drummond as well. See, gosh, I can't believe I'm forgetting the one
Nick
that was
Nash,
swag surfing.
Nick
Yes, Nick
Nick
Nash.
Nash,
I
Casey
couldn't remember
Washington.
his name. I'm sorry. No, for me, Casey Washington was for sure making this roster, and the reason being is because Raheem called him out his name and said he's the one that he's noticed stepped up the most in Mooney's absence. So, and then just because he had all last season, they practiced together as, every week as the twos. I'm like, he already has a connection with him. There's no way he's not making the roster as like the fourth receiver. So for me, I just think there's a lot of depth actually because, and you could totally see that because of how it was so hard for us to predict who was gonna get that last receiver spot. End up being Sills and Agnew, and I think Agnew got it because of his special teams ability, and like Jack mentioned, he can make huge plays, on special teams, so, Sills was the one who ended up getting it, and I think that the reason being is because of his size, and he could be a great backup for Drake London, so yeah, that's my thoughts. I think our practice squad, we have great talent, like Chris Blair and Nick Nash. So I love the depth there.
Good deal. Jack, how you feeling about these receivers, man? How you feel about the depth?
I feel good, man. I feel like they missed one though.
Yeah, me too.
I
Me
feel like
too.
they missed one. His name's
Me
Chris
too.
Blair. Name's Chris Blair. But
Yep.
then again, he's on your practice squad. But hey, man, I already like the offense. You're just adding to the mix of what we saw last year. We was a game away. You know what I'm saying? It sucks to say that, but we were close, man. And I think we can get over the hump this year. The teams that we play this year should be. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be a cakewalk, but I said it before. I'm gonna say it again. You got to go beat the Patriots. You should beat the Patriots in New England. That is not a good team. You should go beat the Jets in New York. That is not a good team. You got to rack up those wins outside of your division. Because in the division, you start week 1 against the Bucks, and you got the Panthers 3 weeks later. Like, it's very important that you go win some of these games outside of your division. And I say we're the fan favorites in a lot of those games outside of our division. And I mean, against the Colts in Berlin, we're probably the fan favorite. Against the Jets, we're probably the fan favorite.
Jack, you there? Okay. Jack,
He's
you
cutting
there?
out some.
Cut
He's
out,
cutting
cut
out.
out for a little bit.
Okay. So what do you
Yeah,
think,
My
T-Will?
bad.
You
You can hear
love
me?
it?
yeah, we can
Yeah.
hear you, Jack. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I had a phone call. I'm sorry. But yeah, you should be able to go beat some of these teams. And, with the wide receiver depth that we have, I do feel good about it. That's all.
Good deal, man. Good deal. Guys, and I feel great about this wide receiver room. Um, I think it's a strength, and I agree with you guys. I think it's a position of depth. Um, Last but not least, the tight ends. Obviously, Pitts is the star. With Warner, Franks, and Kitriano, I think I butchered that.
We just call him QT.
QT, thank you for that, sir. Do you guys think we have enough depth at tight end, or are we Are we going to take a step back if Pitts goes down?
I mean, you got 4. You want to sign another?
I I'm
Mm,
saying the in regards
the
to Kyle's talent.
Well, let's just
Um,
say everybody stays healthy, let's judge it based off of God willing everyone on this roster stays healthy. I'll
okay,
say I predicted when I was trying to predict the 53-man roster, I thought we were only going to take 3 tight ends. And that has
okay,
nothing to do with my love or lack thereof for Felipe Franks. I just didn't see us taking 4 tight ends. So, yeah, I think there's definitely depth there. You got Felipe Franks who could play special teams. You got a backup and Q. Um, who hopefully is there for some blocking help, as well as Charlie Warner, who's very good blocking tight end. And then Pitts, for me, yeah, it's a contract year. He stays healthy. I think he knows this is a year he has to ball out. And, as our quarterback has said, you see KP, made sure I got him the ball. I think he's going to do the same thing, just like how in that Washington game, he showed he could trust him with the game on the line. So they were golfing buddies this offseason. I see him being a big part of this offense's success this season. So yeah, I'm happy with the tight end room, honestly.
good deal,
I know you're going
guys.
to with this, Terry. Who can be another Kyle Pitts if something happens with Kyle Pitts? I mean, they do have to get some more people to stretch the field outside of Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, I don't.
Warner can
I'm
block
sorry.
here and there, but he can catch
Yeah,
a couple passes too. Felipe Franks can block here and there, but you might have to be called on to, run a couple routes here and there on third down and
yeah,
be that guy that nobody expects to catch the ball. Same for QT too. If your time is called, your time is called. I remember a couple years ago the Falcons. We had a tight end back. I think it was during the 2016 year that didn't do much but block two as well. But his time got called to score, and he scored one on Carolina.
talking about
You know,
Tololo.
Tololo, yeah. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So
yeah,
when your
yeah.
time is called, your time is called. But I think that it's real similar to that 2016 style, man. Like the rookies playing a significant role. You bringing it. You got 3 running backs, 4 tight ends, 7 receivers. You're gonna move the chains and get the ball down the field, man. Like Penix has, so much, going for him this year. But if you look at it on the field, I mean, Washington coming in and Mooney coming in and London coming in and Ray coming in and this guy going out and David Seals coming in. Like you got a nice little mix of
Yeah,
players who, Mooney's gonna, I mean, Penix is gonna be getting the ball to.
yeah.
That's why we kind of figure him to have over probably 3,500 yards this year. Which is pretty decent for Penix, but hey, stats is cool for some, but we're trying to get to the ultimate goal of winning the division and getting back to the playoffs.
Good point. Good point. Silk Legacy says, "What's up, Carrie T. Will and tight hat wearing Jack Silk got that fire. Yeek.
Hey,
I hear you.
Silk.
I hear you, Silk. What's going on, man? Look it, guys. Do you think we have a top 10 skill group in the league? And I'm gonna go first here. I'm gonna say we got a top 5 skill group.
Okay.
Look it, we got studs, we got superstars. As a matter of fact, um, all things going well, and to Carrie's point, everybody being healthy, this offense can be top 5. This offense can set records if everyone stays healthy. Look at who you gonna double. You got Drake, you got Mooney, you got Kyle, you got Bijan, you got Ray, you got Ty. Who you gonna double? So yeah, all things being equal, if we can stay healthy, this offense they can run up the score on some people. Those are my thoughts. Carrie, Jack, top 10 group, top 10 skill group. Give me your thoughts.
Yeah, 100%. If everyone's healthy, yes, we showed that we were top 10 last season, top 10 offense. As long as Penix is who we believe he is, and he has a great, I want to say rookie season because it's his first full season as a starter. Um, like I said, he's essentially a rookie. He's bound to make mistakes. We gotta support him no matter what and expect that to happen because that's just how it is as a rookie. But yeah, I 100% top 10 offense. Everyone's healthy, and Penix is who we believe he is.
Good deal. Jack? Okay.
Top 10. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. This team is very good, man. On paper and on the field. We definitely have the players to get it done, man. I agree with Carrie what she said. And we're gonna see it week 1 versus the Bucks, man. We're gonna see it week 1 versus the Bucks. You gotta get
That,
through those first 3 weeks though. That first 3 weeks is gonna be kind of. You got the Bucks week 1. You got Minnesota, who I think is gonna have a fall off year, but they still got a couple players you gotta watch for.
yep.
But even that Buffalo Bills game coming up soon after that, and you got San Francisco too as well. The first
Right.
couple weeks, so I mean it's gonna be kind of tough, but you gotta win those games outside of your
100%.
division.
To your point, Jack, those first 5 games, I think we play 4 playoff teams from last year. We're all playoff teams out of 5, Panthers being the odd man out. So, yeah, that's a tough start to the schedule, not gonna lie. But no excuses. You gotta go out there and win.
Yeah, you do. Chad, if you guys think the Falcons are a top 10 offense, drop a 1. If you say no, they're not, drop a 2. Let us
If you
know.
say
Let us know
no,
what
then
you
I'm
think.
gonna judge you. Just saying.
Yeah,
Please
there's
do
some.
not
Now,
put a 2.
honestly, there are some teams in the NFL where their fan base knows they're not a top 10 offense. Like they have
Yeah,
to be real. This
yeah,
this Falcons team is definitely along the lines of a top 10 offense. I hope everybody agrees with that.
yeah, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I agree. I think they're top 5, to be honest with you. But I definitely think, to me, for this offense, the floor is 10. Right? Everybody being healthy, the quarterback that we have, everything. You know what I mean? Nando says 1. Carlos says top 5, dead or alive. I love it. I love it,
Nice,
Nando. I love it.
No, that was
Dead
Monte Carlo
or
who said that.
Oh wait, my bad. I love it,
No, it's
Carlos. Sorry
okay.
about that. Sorry about that. We got Antonio in the building. Oh, we got Georgia Texas boy. Let me shout him out. Georgia Texas boy says, "What's up, T. Will, Jack, Carrie, Falcons family? The new era is here. The Atlanta Falcons will rise in 2025. What it do, Georgia Texas boy?
Speaking of one, can we get Eric Parker to stop by the warehouse at 1?
Oh,
Oh wow.
wow.
Oh
U-Haul said
wow.
the boxes would be ready.
Oh
You
wow.
know what?
Oh wow. Oh
You're a
wow.
mess.
Oh
Oh,
wow.
wow.
Antonio says, "What's up,
Antonio.
T Stacks? Freedom, good behavior, Carrie and Jack Sparrow. Good to see some positive reactions to this 2025 roster." What's up, Antonio? How you doing, man?
Hope you're
I
doing
hope all
well.
is well. I love Antonio, man. That dude's
He's
hilarious.
cool, people. I don't want to ever be on his bad side.
All right, no, I don't. I don't want to smoke with him or Eric Parker. I damn sure don't want it with Craig. Y'all got it. Star Power with Jake Matthews, Chris Lindstrom, and Bergeron. Concerns. I mean, look, we've already talked about it. We know what it is. The Falcons have signed some guys. They gotta make lemonade out of lemons.
Mm.
I
I hope they got some sugar.
I hope they do too. I
Because if you don't
do.
have sugar with that lemonade, it's not gonna be good.
Yeah, I think the answer to this one is obvious. For the chat, is
Okay.
the O-line a strength or a concern heading into week 1? It's definitely a concern for me. I know
It's
it's
a
a concern
concern.
for Carrie.
Yeah.
Jack, is the O-line a concern for you, or are you just not worried about it at all? Give us your thoughts, Jack and chat.
We got to be a little concerned here, especially with the situation of the tackles, and it looks like there's going to
Mm.
be a tryout going on in the next 10 days between a couple guys, and who knows if
Mm.
they want to move Wilkinson over to tackle and try him out too as well, or start the season with him. You don't want to mess up that guard spot if he's playing and somebody goes down, and you got to move him back inside and bring the other guy in.
Yep.
But like you were saying earlier, T. Will, you got a couple guys that play. They played the game before, and they're somewhat
Mm.
okay with run blocking. And of course, in the next 10 days, with hard work and dedication, you might be able to go out there and beat the Bucks, and it gives you an extra time, to go out there and keep practicing with these guys or whoever's going to win that tackle spot. But when you're looking at it, I'm very, very concerned.
Okay. So out of 10,
Because
what is your concern
I'm
for
about a
right
7.
tackle?
I'm about a
7.
7
Okay,
or an 8.
yeah, I'm a 7 too.
Yeah, because your starting tackle's down, and then the guy behind the guy is down, and then you went to go get 3 guys that you don't know about, and now you're trying to
Mm.
plug and play. And you might as well
Right.
get started. I would have been better if they would have started the season with Elijah Wilkinson at tackle and then brought another guard in just to keep it healthy, because Elijah Wilkinson has more of the veteran appearance when it comes to playing tackle. He's done it before with 2 solid running backs behind him in Denver. And to see that they might, bring in a couple guys that people who know PFF know, stats and ratings and stuff. Some of those guys that we brought in are not that good on pass blocking. So, of course, they're going to have to try to work them up, like T. Will stated earlier. But at this moment, 10 days before the Bucks, trying out tackles is not what I
Right.
predicted. It's not what I
Yeah,
predicted.
it's not
Yeah.
ideal for sure.
Right,
Yeah.
right. But
I'm
I can
with
tell you
you
this
on
though.
that.
I can tell you
Mhm.
this. You got the team behind you though. You got Michael Penix. You got Bijan. You got Drake London. You got Kyle Pitts.
Right.
So if the scheme works out well, it don't matter who you put in there. Hell, I might go out there and play some right tackle. I'm telling you right now.
Oh, wow. You're
This
on
team,
one today.
yeah, this team should be able to go out there and beat the Bucks. It's gonna be a close game though. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, it ain't gonna be no blowout.
It's always a close
But
game for
but
sure.
yeah, you got to
Jack,
beat the
what's your
Bucks.
number going to be? If you go out and play right tackle, what's your number, Jack?
Probably
What is
217. 217. The first player with 3 numbers on the back of his jersey. 217.
217? Okay.
Oh, wow. But yeah,
Okay.
I think to Silk's point, the line will be fine. It's definitely a concern. I would have felt better if Storm Norton was healthy, but I mean, finding out he had surgery the same day Caleb McGarry goes down, it's like, oh yeah, like, you know, hurt me while I'm down or kick me while I'm down. Why don't you? It's like, sheesh. But like I mentioned earlier, at least we have an early bye week. That is now seeming like a blessing. So yeah, that's 1 week sooner, hopefully for Storm Norton to come in.
Mm, mm, mm. All right, chat. If it's a concern for you, drop a 1. If you're not phased at all, if your feathers are not ruffled, drop a 2. We're gonna get to the defensive line and the edge. Look it, D line is anchored by Onyemata with rookies Dorless and Roro Raggy. We got edge rushers Ebikadi, Leonard Floyd, James Pierce Jr., Trice, deep rotation. Big old storyline. Can they finally generate some sacks, Carrie? Or should we change our name to the Sacklanta Falcons? Is that what this year is going to be all about with that
I
defense,
mean,
Carrie and Jack? Give me your thoughts on that.
please don't get ahead of yourself, T. Will, on that, please, and don't jinx it, okay? But yes, I have a lot of faith in this edge group. I think this is honestly the best edge group we've had in many years. Like, I don't think anyone could really argue that. This the ceiling for this edge group is very high. Like, I feel like we could be very good. We're definitely going to be better, getting more pressure on the quarterback. Um, More sacks. I mean, I feel like this defense with under Olbrich and especially this defensive line under Nate Ali are going to be s- worlds better than what they were last year. I mean, we have 2 first-round picks to look forward to watching in the edge room as well. Um, yeah, I think AK-17 is going to have a big year. Um, and like I believe it was Raheem said that you want to have a good rotation like basketball. So I think, look, I think it's going to be very good. I'm really excited about this edge room, and like I said, I think it's the best one we've had in recent years.
Good deal, Jack. How you feeling about the sacks in Atlanta, man? How we feeling about it?
You gotta let me start answering the question first. It's gonna sound like I'm copying Carrie, man. She's just on point, man.
Oh
She's
yeah,
just on
Oh,
on
point.
thank you.
fire.
Like that's one time for the
Appreciate it.
fan for you. Like Carrie knows what she's talking about. Like fans in the chat,
Appreciate it.
I know y'all
Yes,
probably
she
follow
does.
Carrie on social media, but she knows exactly what she's talking about
Yes, she
when it
does.
comes to these Falcons. Nate Ali, even talking about Mike
Yes.
Ruttenberg, the new linebackers coach too as well. Jeff Ulbrich working with Jerry Gray. I mean, you got some pretty good defensive minds in that building to help coach these guys up. But just the short answer from for me, this team is going to be good. That defense is going to be even better than what we saw last year. I saw the pass rush, in preseason with just some of the guys who made the team, and you're mixing them in with the guys who are already on the team. Oh man, it's gonna be crazy week 1. I mean, Baker's gonna be on the run. How many times we can get him to the ground, we'll see. But those games against like Daniel Jones and the Colts, or J.J. McCarthy week 2, or even Brock Purdy in San Francisco, those are 4 or 5 sack games. You know what I'm saying? You got to go out there and lay them out. James Pierce Jr. too as well. I mean, look at that. A whole minute into into what I'm saying, and now I'm mentioning James Pierce Jr. We've seen what James Pierce Jr. has done. Just imagine if we get that from Jalen Walker, right? Just imagine
Mm.
if we get that from Berlin Track. Imagine if we get that from my boy Debo. You know what I'm saying? Who Debo should be playing more inside too as well this year. So, it's just great to see that. I think this team is coming together to, make the fans a little bit more excited about what's going to happen this year. And the ultimate goal, like I said, is to win the division and make it back to the playoffs. I feel like this is the year on offense and defense.
I heard that, man. I agree. Chat, and I'm sorry for the typo there, but what I was trying to say is, will this Falcons team rise to top 10 in sacks in the NFL? Which I know, coming from 30 or wherever we are, is quite a leap. But guys, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like we have the guys to do it. I really do. I'm really excited about this defensive line. I think everybody that we have on that line can go and get it. They can take on one-on-one blocks. They can shed blocks. They can get there. They got some jets
right
in those shoes. They got some get somewhere. And yeah, man, I'm going to say the Falcons are top 10 in sacks. Jack, you got something? Sorry about that. What you got?
No, you're cool, man. And here's the funny thing. So before seeing James Pierce play, I was thinking, it'd be cool if he can get, 2, 3, a couple sacks this year just to get to play as a rookie and, get the fans on their feet every now and then. After seeing James Pierce in practice and preseason, this is a 5 to 10 sack guy, right?
Yeah.
Like, you got to look at that. Also, yeah. Leonard Floyd, we know what we're getting from Floyd. Caden Ellis, come on, man. Like, even Caden Ellis, they're going to throw him in some packages too as well, so be prepared for that. But Troy Anderson, however they use him when he gets back. Troy was the guy that was very aggressive playing the linebacker position. The cool thing about D'Angelo Malone is D'Angelo played outside and he's playing inside. You can send D'Angelo Malone if you want to. Jeff Ulbrich has to dial it up. Don't forget, Jeff Ulbrich played what position? He didn't play no safety. He didn't play no cornerback.
Linebacker.
Jeff Ulbrich knows that position well. He knows what he has in the building. And he got some dogs in there. And it's time to use them dogs to the advantage of winning this division and getting back to the playoffs. And I'm telling y'all, man, like, I'm excited. 10 days away. A couple things you can be concerned about, but hopefully by the time we get to the Bucs game, some of those concerns slip away as we get ready to see, this new look Falcons in 2025.
Let's go, man. Let's go. We got to get to some housekeeping. Silk says, T-Will, get naked out there. In my big, low voice, talking about for this Falcons defensive line. When he says get naked, he's metaphorically, everyone. It's a terminology that Bigelow uses when he's saying you really like a particular player.
Oh, like you were doing for Felipe Franks the other day. I got it.
Wow. You know what? I teed that one up for you, Carrie. Oh, my God.
I got it.
I put that layup out there right for you. I can't even be mad that you took it. William Amy says Falcons 24, Bucs 21. That was good, Carrie. Silk says 11 to 14. Then he comes back and says 14. Then he comes back and says 14. Floyd 10. JBJ 5. Jalen 5. Nando says this.
That's realistic, honestly.
Yeah, I think Falcons total get 48 sacks this year. I do. That's just me. That's just me. This group should give us 24 sacks this season as a whole. We should end the season with 37. I'm going 48. Antonio says, I'm just waiting on the noise that will be made in the bins when the defense makes big plays. Going to be epic. Carlos says, I'm so glad for our practice squad guys because it's solid soldiers in the camp. Agreed, Carlo. Agreed. Now, guys, let's get to these linebackers because I have a concern. This is probably the second group that I'm concerned about the depth. Ellis and Diablo, I'm good with, but the depth, depth to me is thin. Cornerbacks, AJ Terrell, clear cornerback 1, Hughes and Bowman cornerback 2, and nickel. But what do you think about the rest of the secondary, specifically the cornerbacks? And last but not least, Bates, Watts, and Helms. Bates a leader, but are Watts and Helms enough? I know, William Amy. I know you want Helms, Hitman Helms to be starting.
Did he already start?
I don't want the smoke. I don't want the smoke, William. But let's start with Jack this time.
Yes, please.
Jack, give us your thoughts on the linebackers, cornerbacks, and safeties. Jack. Now, Jack, you asked me to start with you.
Nah, I'm at my work, so I'm trying.
I know. We got you.
Looking for your. All right, bet. All right, looking for your defense, you're looking at the problem. I think the concern out of those three groups you mentioned might be the linebacker group, right?
Yeah.
Because outside of Didi, Caden Ellis, I know how fans think. They don't have, not saying confidence, but they don't put too much into the backup guys who they haven't, seen much of or haven't had, quote unquote, the production that they want them to have. But you got to remember, some of these guys have been around this team for a while, and they've been working with Raheem and this group for a minute. Josh Woods is not a player that just walked on this year. He was here last year too as well, and D'Angelo Malone was drafted here. And you guys know D'Angelo Malone's story from Western Kentucky, right? I mean,
Yeah.
he's a beast at Western Kentucky. They should probably build a statue for that guy.
He's those guys aren't my concern, Jack. I'm just gonna come out and say it. My concern is Bertrand. I've not seen much. I've not seen much in growth. Everybody else you said, I'm okay with.
So what you would do is you have to look at the situation for the Falcons that they use these guys in roles that makes them better. You don't have to put Bertram in the game on first and second down ahead of Didi because you need him to get more playing time. No,
Right.
you put him in the game in positions that I think JD is good in this role, and he'll be fit. He'll be good to play this guy. Going up against the Colts, going up against the Jets, going up against the Patriots. You put him in certain roles that hey, he got 2 or 3 snaps here and there, and you might be able to use him on special teams. But when the time is called, these guys made it to the NFL. There's no excuse to it. These guys made it to the NFL. They've been playing since Pop Warner. Some of them have been playing high school, middle school, college. But where they are now, when your time is called, you have to get in there and make it happen. And for some of the players that, fans have concerns about, we just hope that they do be on the right page this year. For that 2016 team, even during the games we lost, we was on the right page. And that's what got us to the Super Bowl too as well. With just communication, teamwork, unity, the bonding experience, the brotherhood. Remember Dan Quinn, the brotherhood. Fast and physical. So I think if you have what you have in 2016, which is what Raheem is trying to build, then you're going to achieve the ultimate goal of, like we said, you're going to get to the division, you're going to win the division, you're going to make it back to the playoffs. But I'm not worried about the safety unit. I think Xavier Watts
I think
could be your future potential safety. And why do you think I would say that? Because let's be real here. I mean, the payday is coming for Jesse Bates, but you haven't been to the playoffs or won the division with this man on your team in the past 4 years.
Yeah.
So another team can come calling with the bag next season and say, look, we got way more potential than what the Falcons are doing. If you don't win the division, you got to sell Jesse Bates something this season to keep him here. You got to sell him something.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You have to. I mean, it's not just going to take, because he's agent with this guy. Bro, this guy is trying to win a championship. You know what I'm saying? And if we have to provide that, and these past 4 years have been disappointing to not provide that for a guy like Jesse Bates.
Yeah.
But then again, the Falcons do have a little bit of cash next year. They got some bread. So maybe one of their priorities would be to what? Sign Jesse Bates in the offseason. Now, for the Tyler Algier situation, you got to think about it. Like I told you, he's a young guy and he wants to move on. So, or not just wants to move on, but, if he doesn't get the ball, if he doesn't get the snap count the way he's supposed to, or the right amount of snaps, he's going to go to a team that's going to give him the bag. You saw it with Dahlman. You know what I'm saying? You saw it with Grady Jarrett. I mean, some of these players, they leave. You can't keep them all.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate, you know me, I don't want to talk about the negative shit. I do not want to talk about anything negative. I'd love for these players to be here as long as they can, so they can be Falcons for life.
Right.
But at the end of the day, the business side of it, players come, players go.
That's true.
I like what we have in the building right now.
Okay, that's fair. Miss Carrie?
Yes. I don't want to copy. I don't want to copy Jack, but he made some great points as well. I want to echo your sentiment though, T. Will. Inside linebacker position, I feel like does worry me. For me, I think Josh Woods worked really hard this off season to make this team. So rightfully so. Caden Ellis, I mean, he's very good. Divine Diablo, I think is also going to be good. He's, proven veteran, but unfortunately, I'm not as confident in, like you mentioned, JD Bertrand. I don't think he really fits Ulbricht's scheme. I don't feel like he's an Ulbricht type player. I'm interested to see how he uses him. Maybe he only uses him on third down, like Jack mentioned. I'm not sure, but I just feel like I don't know, he's the odd man out in my opinion. I honestly didn't see him making the roster personally, and I think it's because of, like, what I just mentioned about him fitting the scheme, but also I just feel like he's not good at stopping the run at all. So, he's not good in space. So I'll be interested to see, like, maybe he'll have a leap this season, under the new
Yeah.
defensive coordinator. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping he does well, but the depth there does scare me between him and then obviously Mr. Hospital. So, um, the guy that's always in the hospital more than he's on the
Troy
field in
Troy Anderson.
Troy Anderson. So,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he's a great athlete, but unfortunately, we rarely see him play. So it's like availability is your best, thing that you can offer, and he's not always offering that. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I am worried about the depth there, like you mentioned, but cornerbacks, I feel like honestly, cornerbacks, you know, also for me is a concern as far as depth. Um, Obviously AJ and Mike Hughes are the starters. Interested to see who wins that nickel spot. It seems like it could still be up in the air. I don't know if Clark Phillips III is going to be healthy. It seems like he's been pretty having a quiet off season, and he was having injury. So I don't
Mm.
know what's his availability going to be. It seems like as of now, it's going to be between D. Alford and Billy Bowman as the nickel. So interested to see who wins that job. Maybe it's going to be more like rotational, like we've seen like last season. And then safeties. I thought we were going to keep four safeties, not going to lie, like a
I
backup for each of the starters, but we only went with three. So
I
I hope
think
and pray they all
Bowman,
stay healthy. Yeah.
not to cut you off, I think Bowman is your fourth safety because he played safety in college.
Okay.
So,
Yes, that is true. But they said that they were going to use him as a nickel, though. That's what Raheem said. He said he was going to, like, all. I thought this whole, training camp he was working at with the cornerback. So I don't
no,
know.
he is, but I'm saying he's your fourth, he's your backup safety is what I'm
Oh,
saying.
if you need one, okay,
Yeah,
all
yeah,
right,
yeah.
that makes sense. But yeah, honestly, Jesse Bates a third, like all pro player. Xavier Watts, I'm really excited to see what he does. He models his game after JB3. He was very good at Notre Dame last season. Hitman Helms, he showed what he can do in that first preseason game. I'm really happy with our safety room. I think it's a very strong safety group. So
I can't wait to see us in Big Nickel. I cannot wait to see Helms come up and baptize some. Like I know I'm old school, but oh, I can't wait for it. But yeah, no, I agree. Look, the thing about Bertrand was great in college, but it just seems like here in the pros to this point, he's just been a day late and a dollar short, like a step behind. And look at maybe he takes the next step. From everything that I hear, this is a very cerebral guy, and he works hard and studies hard. And
So
no, go ahead, Jack.
no, I went on you. You finished. I was just,
Yeah. I think that it's just right now I'm not confident, but that doesn't mean that by the end of the year, because Raheem said it, and I've heard other coaches say that like the biggest step a player is going to take is from year one to year two. So, by the end of the year, JB could be that dude. It's just right now, I don't have the most confidence in him, but look, at the Falcons have him for a reason. They see him for a reason. They obviously believe in him. So, hopefully, JB can you just focus on his growth and do what he needs to do. And guys, Raheem is live, so we're probably going to cut this short in a little bit. Jack, you about to say something? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
just big shout out to D'Angelo Malone.
Oh
Player
yeah,
like
definitely.
a
wow,
player like
guys,
Debo from moving out. I'll go ahead, Kerry.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but I have some breaking news. Braylon Trice, who was placed on the 53-man roster, when it just got released recently, he has been now placed on IR.
Damn.
So he's gonna
What?
not good. Yes, this is breaking news from Josh Kendall from The Athletic, who covers the Falcons. So it is
2
legitimate
years in a
news.
row?
Yeah, that's terrible.
Damn.
It
And
says that
also, you know
Season
what?
ending? Is
no,
that season ending
no,
IR?
sorry, no, it's not season ending IR. They, of course, haven't told us. They just told us he's gonna be on IR. They don't tell us the extent of it, of course. It's a mystery. You gotta be CIA to find out. But they said obviously if he's on IR, that means at least 4 games he's gonna miss. We know that
Damn,
much. But
man.
I'm hoping and
Wow.
praying it is not season ending because that's a miss. I hate that, man.
I was
I
just getting
We
wonder
ready to
if
missed
get
all
to
Simeon
last
Barrow
D'Angelo
season.
comes.
Malone.
I wonder if Simeon Barrow comes back, Carrie.
I really
Well,
hope so. I'm rooting for that guy, man. I liked
Well,
him
even if
at
it's like
Miami.
4 weeks and he's going to come back, I mean, he's still going to be on that roster. But seeing D'Angelo Malone line up as an outside linebacker on that depth chart might be the reason why he's out as an outside linebacker
It
because of
could
Trice.
be. It could be.
Yeah, but then again, if he
Yeah.
plays
Hopefully
more
it's just
inside,
4 weeks. Yeah.
yeah, hopefully it's just a quick, turnaround. He recovers well and gets back because this is 2 years in a row for Trice. We drafted this guy to be, one of our exclusive pass rushers. I mean, he was phenomenal coming out of Washington, but it's sad to see that he's going through a situation, dealing with injury again. But hopefully he can get through it quickly and recover well. And thoughts and prayers go out to him and during this situation. I'm sure he's
Wow.
having a tough time. He did play in preseason. Um, but it's just kind of disappointing. But shout
I
out to D'Angelo Malone because
wow.
Malone, even seeing like how you guys mentioned like Bertram, but Trey Anderson, like Malone moving inside because they know they need more inside help. Also thinking about the situation of how many outside linebackers they already have, and Malone moving inside. To show the Raheem and the coaching staff that he can play both spots. I mean, I think it's pretty big. So hats off to D'Angelo Malone for doing something like that, stepping up his role. Because these roles are going to be
Yeah.
really significant and key this year. And if D'Angelo Malone is called to play outside, if he's called to play inside, it's go time.
Right.
And big shout out to Malone, big shout out to 51, hashtag 51.
I also think we could see more Khalid Kareem, who I thought could make the roster and didn't. He made the practice squad. I think
Right,
this could
right.
also mean he could have a role in this defense. Get activated this season as well. But I want to add, guys. Braylon Trice was placed on the regular season IR, so he didn't get placed obviously till the roster was already announced, unlike McGarry, who was placed on IR prior to the roster announcement, which means that he can return anytime this season after those initial 4 games. But unlike
He's
McGarry, who's out the season, so we don't know yet, though. Hopefully, it's only 4 games.
got to hear the extent of the injury. My guess, I'm going trade deadline or less. So I'm going to give him about 8 weeks. And that's the sad part.
I
That's
hope
the
it's
sad
not his
part.
knee again. That same knee that he had the season ending last
Well,
season.
well, Kerry, I can tell you this right now. I don't want to fast forward to 2026, but this is a guy who you gotta. I mean,
Wow,
not to say it's tough that you gotta go out there and show it now because the job is on the line next season. But the Falcons are gonna have to address that offensive line through the draft next year. They gotta address.
100%.
There's a lot of 1-year contract guys on this roster. There's a lot of guys from rookie deals getting ready to make a decision on if the Falcons are going to keep me or if I'm gone.
Yeah.
And that draft next year is going to be very important. We already traded away our 7th round and our 1st round.
Yeah.
So hopefully some things work out where the Falcons don't have to deal with this type of problem next year.
Right.
But depth
I
is
think
important.
5th round too, didn't we? I think we lost our 5th round in that trade.
I believe so. The funny thing about the Falcons is you can package. I mean, people's going to say F them picks, but you can package
Yeah.
things and work
I'm a
moves to where
FM picks person
F
too.
yeah,
them
you
picks,
trade a 3rd
man.
round and
F
get 2
them picks.
fourths. Yeah, but the Falcons, they have a little bit of cash, I believe, next year too as well. So,
They do, yeah.
um,
Wow,
hey
I'm
man,
so
it's just
disappointed
sad.
on that
So sad for
news,
Berlin
man.
Trice. So sad for Berlin Trice.
Mm. All
Can't
right,
believe
guys. Well,
that,
hey,
man.
we're here. Last segment is special teams, and then we got to go because Raheem is live. We don't want to keep our wonderful fans from seeing what Raheem has to say. Young Wei
Uh,
Koo,
can I
automatic.
also
Yes,
sorry,
go
can
ahead.
I yeah, sorry. Yeah, Koo, he won the job. Like, I'm praying that he's healthy in preseason. He hit all the field goals that he needed, all the extra points, minus one that was after 50 yards. So I think he missed a 50-something yarder, his one miss. So I'm just hoping he's healthy, honestly, because I don't want him losing us games again this season. But I do want to give another update. Since Raheem is live, he has said that Elijah Wilkinson, Brandon Parker, and Jack Nelson are going to be the 3 that are competing for right tackle, which,
It's
wow.
Wilkinson. It's Wilkinson.
It would have
Yeah,
to be.
because
That's
no offense, but the other 2 are not not starting, in my opinion.
If
Goodness.
Raheem knows football like we know football, it's Wilkinson. It's
I
Wilkinson.
thought maybe.
Don't even waste your time.
Gosh. Yeah, maybe he just wants to. Yeah, he don't want to just name a starter. You want to at least have some competition. But I thought maybe he would mention the guys that we just picked up, like Carter Warren. He has some starting experience. What is so funny?
I'm laughing at Carlo. Carlo said,
Oh,
"Rocky said, wait, the fuck!" Like it was just funny. I'm sorry. I mean, cut you.
oh, thank you, Monte Carlo. That's
You know,
awesome. We appreciate you.
I,
Yeah, I mean, you can't catch the replay. It's not like Raheem is answering fans' questions. And you can always
oh,
watch him later.
I
I
didn't,
love it.
He
Thank
does
I
you.
have
didn't,
a
I didn't expect that. Thank you.
he
That's
does have
nice.
a
Raheem
phone
can
call with
wait.
the
The
fans
fuck?
coming up this week too as well.
Oh, it was funny.
That's awesome.
Oh, wow. I'm sorry, Carrie. Go ahead. I'm so sorry. Y'all go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's a big
He
move.
got me with that one. He took me out with that one, man.
Yeah,
Jeez.
Raheem has an unplugged, a phone call with the fans, with the season ticket holders. I think it's this week, like Tuesday or
Oh,
Wednesday,
okay.
or
Oh,
it's next week, Monday, I think, Monday or Tuesday.
wow. Okay. Well, that's cool. I hope no one asks him about timeouts.
Shit, I'll be on the call for that.
I'm just
I'll definitely be
kidding.
on the
I'm
call.
kidding. That would be savage. I hope they tell them, right? Like certain things are off limits. Like they warn them, right? Like, come on.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But
Pinion,
no.
the punter, consistent punter, McCullough, reliable snapper. Return game, Jamal Agnew. Kind of want to get into this a little bit. Nando says, "Koo, I wanted Lenny Legg. I didn't trust Koo at all. The group is 3 to me. That's
3
fair."
out of 10 or
You got to
3 out
give
of
a
what?
Well, I mean, I guess he's saying 3 out of 10. I guess.
you got to
Dang,
give a
that's
shout out.
rough.
We got to give a shout out to Liam McCullum and Bradley Pinion because they don't get we don't talk about them at all on the
Yeah,
podcast. These
yeah,
guys are so
yeah. We
safe.
do.
Mm,
Yeah,
They're
we do.
so safe. They don't have to worry about nothing. They just jump online and read the
wow.
comments. Like
Yep,
shout out to
I
Liam and
love
shout out to
it.
Bradley.
yep.
That's a good shout, Jack. If I was in the NFL, that's the job I'd go for, that or a backup quarterback. I'm saying.
I heard that. They have a clean jersey every Sunday and still get paid for it. That's awesome.
I
That's
mean,
what you want. That's what you want, Carrie. That is what you want.
yeah. So,
Um,
wow.
what are we thinking about Jamal Agnew? I mean, look, he did not play a one down, or if he did, I didn't see him. So he's got to be dynamic because from all of the performances that I saw for the Falcons to still keep him, he's got to be dynamic. So I am hoping for big things. Jack, let's start with you. What do you see for Jamal Agnew? How do you feel about our return game?
Coach Will is a good coach in that special teams unit. Coach Will's going to make sure everybody's lined up and defensively, he knows how to make you stop. He knows how to, block punts and do everything. But the one thing they were missing is a returner. Even when CP was here, I mean, he was decent, but he wasn't the old CP at that point.
Right.
If you would have got old CP, oh yeah, it would have been a wrap. But Jamal Agnew could be that guy that, it helps out your game when, the Bucks, if he's there week 1, the Bucks punt, we get the ball to 35, Jamal Agnew opens it up and crosses over to 50, and now you're sitting there, on 1st and 10 at the other team's 48 because of Jamal Agnew.
Yeah.
Like, it's those situations that Jamal Agnew, has been a part of in his career for a while, where even you've seen the kick return with the old kick return rules that Jamal Agnew had. This joker ran back at 106, 107? Like, bro, he sees it. He has the vision. He's a special teams guy. And you don't have to be called on for a 3rd down and 5 situation in a shotgun set. You don't have to be called on in a 2nd down and 7 on a trips left. He just has to be called on when the time is right for special teams. But I think he's going to be one of those guys that if he gets right, remember how Hester was and how we had special teams? Every time we punt the ball, everybody would get up on their feet because they knew what was getting ready to happen. It was electric. It changed the dynamic of the game if your special teams unit can get you yards that you didn't expect.
100%.
Like,
And to your point, Jack,
yeah.
our special teams unit was actually ranked one of the worst in the league last season overall. So I'm expecting, with everyone being healthy, like say Agnew, Kuz healthy, back to their strengths, I think we could definitely be much better this season. And special teams matter. So I also want to give another new update as well, if it's okay,
Go
from
ahead.
Raheem's presser. Unfortunate news is the injury to Braylon Trice is relating to the knee that was season ending
Damn.
last season. So
Wow.
that is not good
No,
because he says that Trice had a reoccurring injury to the knee that kept him out all of last season. Raheem Morris said that he might have to have surgery, but he's not sure yet.
damn.
Wow.
I'm gonna
Wow.
be
Oh
I'm gonna
my
be real
goodness.
respectful to this situation, but if you're looking
Okay.
forward to next year, you might not have Braylon Trice on your team. So
Damn.
fans
Wow.
unexpectedly
That's
that
rough, man.
it's tough. Yeah.
That is rough, but I wonder if that means because we haven't heard anything from Simeon. Maybe that's why. Have we heard any information on Simeon? And look, and I'm not trying to take away from Trice's moment at all. I'm thinking we didn't sign him to the practice squad. I don't think anybody else did. Maybe that's why. What
Simeon
do you
was
guys
more of a
think?
defensive line, right? He wasn't an outside linebacker.
Yeah. Yeah. Leaves defensive line. But
Okay.
to your point, we still have one spot available. And, now that Brandon Trice is being placed on IR, we're gonna have two spots available. Roster spots include that's not even including the two guys we signed to our practice squad,
So
offensive line, Warren and Hayes. So
so here's the cool thing for the Falcons, right? Like you got a little bit of cash. Not saying to go out there right now today because Braylon Trice was your starter and you guaranteed 15 sacks, but he was going to be a part of a unit that was going to be explosive. Just thoughts and prayers for Braylon Trice. I know he's probably going through something that's really tough right now because, I mean, this man made it to the NFL. He got to this point. He's providing for his family. And two injuries in same time like last year, right before the season started. So it's just, I know he's probably going through a lot, man. So hats off to Brandon Trice, man. Really do hope you get well soon and everything works out for the Falcons now because you know it's
yeah,
business and they're going to move on to the Bucks. You may want to go hit free agency. There may be a gem there. There may be a guy, Terry. This might be your moment to cook something. If Braylon Trice was going to be on the field at least 30 to 40% of your snaps or 20 to 30% of your snaps, go get a guy that you know can provide for this defense when his time is called. Don't get a guy that fans are going to wonder, why is he on the field? I don't need another
guys.
Jalen Mayfield in the building, Gary.
What
Oh
you got?
Lord. Oh, not that name. Jeez, that's so true. I would like to give two more updates if you guys don't mind.
Go
Is
ahead.
that actually three? The first update is that Raheem said, because I know there was a lot of speculation, like a lot of Falcons fans saying, why don't we move Matthew Bergeron over to tackle because he played tackle in college before we ended up drafting him and he's moved to left guard. So a lot of Falcons fans said, "Oh, move him to left tackle, move Jake Matthews to right tackle, like move all these guys around in the line." And for me, I thought about that because I'm like, well, protect our quarterback blind side. But then I really thought about it and I'm like, okay, would you rather have
I'm going to speak
everybody
on
who's
that.
strong at their position and then just have a weak spot and in the plug and play right tackle for now, or you want everybody moving around and then they're not to their complete strength and what they're used to? Yeah, I'm not for that.
We're
So,
not. We're
but
not. I'm not
yeah,
for that. Chris
me
Lister played
either.
center in Pee Wee football. You want Chris Lister to go play center now?
Right, exactly. So some people said that, but anyways, to the point is that I'm trying to make is that actually Raheem said that they did consider moving Matthew Bergeron over to right tackle from his starting left tackle spot. So wow, they did consider making some moves around, shuffling our offensive line around. I was surprised by that. And the other um, two updates I want to get is Raheem has named our starting second safety. I just before I make the announcement, I just want to make sure William A is in the chat. I don't want you to be sad, my friend, but he has named Xavier Watts, the other starting safety, along JB3. So
Damn.
sorry to tell you that, my friend, because I know you're really rooting for Hitman
William
Helms, which
Eddie's
I'm a
kicking
fan
the
of him too.
wall.
I know. That's his guy, so I'm sorry, William. And then the other update I would like to get is that Raheem Morris has also named our starting nickel corner, and that's going to be Billy Bowman Jr.
That's what I thought. Yep. That's what I thought.
Hey.
That's what I thought. Yep. There you go.
So there you go. Those are the three updates I
I
have
told
from the
y'all
press
rookies gonna play a
conference.
role like 2016. The rookies are coming out. The
Wow.
rookies.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
Crazy, man. That's
So
wow. Okay. Well, hey, thank you for the update, Carrie. That is
yeah, no problem.
wow. That's something. So, hey man, I think that about covers it. So to everybody who joined us, I cannot thank you enough. Jack, if you're out there, tell these folks where they can find you, man. Or not. I think
One
there
time for
you
the
go.
fans. One time for the fans.
I
One
almost made a joke. Sorry.
Oh
time.
snap! Go ahead.
No, I'm just
YouTube,
kidding.
Facebook, Twitter, Spotify, Amazon Podcast, Amazon or Apple Podcast. One time for the fans. Go ahead and hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Just a diehard Falcon fan talking Falcons football. You know, we have a couple jokes in there, we have a couple laughs, we talk football on a real serious note. But we do respect the team, we respect the players, we respect the coaches, we respect the cheerleaders, even Freddie the Falcon. But one time for the fans, Sunday nights at 8, Wednesday nights at 8, Friday mornings at 9:30. Breakfast with One Time for the Fan. A lot of pop-up shows. Hit that subscribe button. We might even have a Midnight Madness show coming up again. Fans really love the Midnight Madness show. We might even do it again. But yeah, it's going down this way. Hit us up on IG, One Time for the Fan. Follow us on all social media platforms. Terry, co-host for My ATL Sports, One Time for the Fan. Carrie as well, co-host for One Time for the Fan. This is great. You know, we missed the show last night, and I got a chance to talk about the same thing we wanted to talk about this morning. So, respect to both of y'all. T-Will, y'all have a great day, and go Falcons.
As always, thank you, brother Jack Spade. Cannot thank you
Yes,
enough for
thank you.
everything you've done, sir. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Enjoy your day. Go Falcons. Miss Carrie, tell these folks where they can find you.
You can find me September 7th at Mercedes-Benz
I
Stadium,
love it.
rooting for our Falcons to get that win, set the tone early on the season against the reigning division champs. We're about to take over. It's a new era. Yeah, I'm ready for it, and I'll be there September 7th. So if you see me, please say hi. It's gonna be BPE carry there at the game, not 21 carry. So, you, I'm always happy to meet, Falcons fans. If you're an Aints fan, though, in the chat, you can just avoid me
Oh
by all means, please.
wow.
But Falcons fans, please say hi. Seriously.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Hey man, to everybody in the chat who joined, we can't thank you guys enough. Look we love talking Falcons, and more importantly, we love talking Falcons with you. I hope you guys all have an amazing day. I hope your lives are amazing, and I hope anybody coming out to the Falcons game September 7th, hey, come out, check out me, check out Jack, check out Miss Carrie. We'd love to sit down and have a Tito's with you, or whatever your beverage is. We just want to sit down and talk Falcons. So please feel free to do that. Again, cannot thank you guys enough for all of the appreciation that you show us on a daily basis. Hey man, we love and appreciate y'all. Can't thank y'all enough. Last but not least, I want to thank God for waking me up this morning. Thank God for sending you guys in my path, Miss Carrie in my path, Jack in my path, my brother, Eric Parker, and thank you for waking me up this morning. And hey, man, you guys have an amazing day, and we will see you when we see you. Hey, goodbye, everybody, and go Falcons.
Bye, everyone.
Late night vibes, we're turning up the heat. T-Will on the mic, can't accept defeat. My ATL Sports Show, he's running the game. Atlanta Falcons fly high, you know the name. In the heart of the A, where the pride runs deep. From the Braves to the Falcons, he's keeping it real, no sleep. He's got the scoop, every player, every play. Bringing the thunder every single day. T-Will, shining bright. On the airwaves, bringing sports tonight. Atlanta heart with the soul so free. My ATL Sports Show, it's the place to be. T-Will, taking flight. Falcons and Braves, yeah, we're feeling right. So bring that energy, let the city resonate. With T-Will on the mic, we're gonna celebrate.